We're live, we're live, we're live.
The goal is for us to do this every Saturday live so that you can see us. We decided to do a clubhouse room because we found people wanted more fitness stuff. At least I wanted more fitness stuff. So I'm going to toss the mic over to you, Carmel, so you can introduce yourself. Pretty much I introduced myself, and I'm going to put the link in the clubhouse. Go, Carmel.
Okay. Well, thank you, Maya. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with us. We are live right now, just like what Tina said. So earlier I was saying that it's amazing how many things we can actually get through before noon. So this morning I was at a race, a New York City race, and I literally just got home. I jumped in the shower, washed my face, and threw on some makeup so I can feel and look presentable. So just like Tina said, what does role? Oh, let me introduce myself first, shall I? I am Carmel Jean-Francois. I am out of the New York City area, and I train and coach and encourage and inspire and motivate and support women over 40 on their journey to health and fitness. And I do that by way of fitness and nutrition. And I've recently partnered up, just like Tina said, with Tina. And our three pillars that we usually go through is mindset, nutrition, and fitness. And within mindset, fitness, and nutrition, we go over the whole gamut, right? Mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of it is so intricately related to our overall health and fitness. And that is our movement. That is our passion. That is what we declare. It's what we teach. It's what we throw forth. And it's how we hold every woman and man, because we work with the guys too, by the hand and lead them and help them, not lead them, walk with them on their journeys to health and fitness, health and wellness. Lost my words for a second there. So thank you again for taking time out on your Saturday afternoon. It is gorgeous out and you could be anywhere, but you are here. So we definitely appreciate that. So our topic today, Tina.
Do we want to, let me say it over here. I was thinking, normally in the other room, we'll do like a question of the day. Do we want to transfer that here or no? What are your thoughts?
Well, we only use an hour.
I know that, and as the words came out of my mouth, I was like, no, but it was already halfway out of my mouth, so I couldn't stop the conversation. So no question of the day. I'm still inviting. Go for the topic. Go, girlfriend.
Yeah, no question of the day. We're only here for an hour, so we want to get right to it. And the question is, what role does fitness play on our body image? So, like I said, I ran a New York City race earlier this morning, and these races are not small races. I lined up maybe with 8 to 10,000 other women, Tina and folks, and all together we start running when the gun goes off. And it was a 10K race. 10K, for those of you who don't know, is 6.2 miles. I think it's 6.2, 6.4, but it's a little bit, which one was it? Tina, you did thumbs up. It's 6.2. Thank you. It's a 6.2 mile race. And so I started running and I'm pacing myself, making sure that I feel comfortable because I'm about to go the distance. And I've run it before, but I can't start off too fast. Otherwise, I wear myself out. And I don't want to start too slow because I want to still have a good amount of time. I want my time to be good, right? Maybe about a minute, maybe 2 minutes into my race, I see people kind of like ahead of me veering off to the side, dodging someone. The person that they were dodging was another woman, and she was obese. And she was running very slow. She was not walking, though. She was running very slowly, taking one step at a time, finding her own placement, finding her own pace. And guys, I don't know what I would feel like if I was running and everybody is passing me by, passing me by, passing me by. And here she is trotting along. She didn't stop. She just kept trotting along. She was like, look, I'm running my own race. She was focused, running her own race. She didn't care who was running past her. And maybe she did, but she knew what her focus was. Otherwise, she would not have been in the center. She would have made sure she was way far on the right side, right? She would have stayed in her lane and made sure that nobody had to kind of like veer off to the sides and go around her. But she just kept her pace. And I was so in awe by that woman by showing up, right? By number one, showing up, crossing that start line, and then running her own race while everybody else passed by them. Now, I don't know what her self body image, what her body image is like. I don't know how she looks at herself when she looks in the mirror and the things that go on in her head. But what I do know is that she was finding a way to be at her healthiest in this particular given moment in time to run this race at her pace while everybody else did what they had to do. So for me, if I would just by that mere act alone, if I were to look at her and take a guess as to what her body image was, I would say it's probably healthier than most because she was out there working on her fitness, working on her health, and working on her body image. And that was to be commended. And I so appreciated her for that lesson. And as I'm running past her, I said, oh, I know what I'm going to lead this discussion with. And that's the story I wanted to leave it with. Mind you, we had already created the topic about an hour previous to that. So with that, Tina, can I have your thoughts on what I just shared?
Yes, 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 yes. Loving your conversation. I love how we're keeping it away from us because it's not about us, right? Yes, we're on this platform, we're doing YouTubes, we're doing Instagrams, we're doing all this sort of stuff, but it's just to inspire and motivate people. And I totally agree with you. It makes me think of Lizzo, and I know she's losing. I'm not really into the, that thing, but she's lost a lot of weight now currently. Is that correct?
I
If
don't
anyone,
know.
if anyone knows, on mic and share, come up on the stage. But I heard somewhere that she was losing a lot of weight, and it just makes me think she definitely had great confidence in the way she looked before. And I think what happens is the more confident you get, the more your mindset is stronger, and then you want to get healthier. It's not about how you look, even though some people do get that way. But I love that story. And there's people that I see, and so I'm so jealous of those type of people because there's women I see all the time. They're obese, and what defines obese? It's how much body fat extra you have that's not healthy. And I see a lot of obese people that are so confident, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had some of that because sometimes, it doesn't feel that way for me. I see Maya here on the stage. I would love to hear, Maya, what are your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts about body image for yourself? We would love to hear from you. Would you like to unmic Maya and share with us? I'm not sure if she's able to speak. She hasn't unmiked, so that's quite all right. Renee, are you able to speak and share your thoughts? Guys, let me tell you, Renee had on a little crop top today. She was just feeling herself. I was like, okay, Renee. She's like, these pants are a small. If you guys don't know, Renee has lost like 60 pounds since she's been working with me. And I always tell my clients, I have to see your body in order to work with you. Like if you have big shirts on, big pants, I can't see. Can't tell her that anymore. She had this little crop top on, showing all the time. I was like, okay, Renee. So there she goes. Speak to us, Renee. Okay, she's trying to get an oil change. She's trying to be that responsible person. So
Can we open it up?
Open what up? I already did.
Oh. You know what? Let me know if there's still an echo in the room. Because
no echo. There's no echo. There's no echo. I see you with your red lip there.
Yeah.
So body image. I have a question for you, Carmel, because you've said something before, and you have thin people. Hi, Linnell. You have thin people. You have, I don't like to say skinny because a skinny person yelled at me once for calling her skinny. And when a thin person says, oh, I'm so fat, I'm just like, I look at him and I get mad. And my girlfriend said something to me once, and I was complaining about how I looked, and she's really big. She's obese. And she says, Tina, it really hurts my feelings when you say you're fat or you overweight, or like I'll always say the big girl inside me is always hungry or whatever. So sometimes I think we have to watch the words that we say about ourselves, not only because it's not good for you, but other people that see it. Linnell, welcome here, girlfriend. Today we are talking about body image. What are your thoughts on that, girlfriend? Unmic and share with us. I would love to hear from you. She's like, I just came in here. I don't know what y'all are talking
We didn't
about.
hear from the other people.
Girl, I'm here. I was changing my clothes. So as far as body image goes, I feel I am very comfortable in the way that I look. I love my body. I love my curves. I'm very confident about who I am. Of course, I'd love to lose a few pounds. That's why I go to the gym and really tone up and tighten up. Not because of vanity, but really because I know that my children are going to have children one day and they're going to be my grandchildren. And I'm sure there will be days when they pop up at my door and expect me to babysit. So I want to be able to have a long, healthy, flexible life so that when I do have grandchildren, I can participate in their lives as well. So that's always been my stance on body image. I don't want to look like Stars Tina. I don't want to look like, anyone else but me. However, I do want to create the body that is able to sustain through life into my old age. So thank you for asking.
You see, Linnell, I love that from you, and I'm hating you at the same time, girlfriend. I love that because I wish I could feel that way, but in my mind, it's like, I don't know if you heard of this, I'm gonna call her an athlete, Massey Arias. She's on Instagram. She's the same height as me, and let me tell you, when I started my fitness journey, I was like, okay, she was saying how she was 155. So I was like, okay, I want to get to 155. I got to 155. Then she got pregnant. After she had the baby, she went down to 140. Now, mind you, she doesn't look skinnier. She's just lifting more weights. So I wish I was like you, Lord, I'm looking at Kermel, Linnell. Yes, I want to be healthy, but it's something for me. It's just the way that I look. I want to be leaner. It's like, and even when I got there, it's just more. So I love that, Linnell. And maybe you can give me some tips on how to get out of my head with this. Any tips for me, Linnell?
I think when you know who you are, and you're comfortable with your
Sorry.
Right, I think it really is. Hold on, I have a
No, that's my daughter calling, but keep going.
Oh, okay. I thought it was mine. And so, when you're comfortable with yourself and you know who you are, you really don't look for your cues about life on the outside. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, to choose someone that you can emulate because they have strengths. I'm not saying that at all because I do have many people, many mentors in my life that I look at and I say, okay, so they've accomplished this, great. I know I can accomplish it too. But most of the competition that I have is with myself. How can I be better than I was yesterday? How can I get that 1% better? Because we know it's only 1% of a degree that changes warm water into boiling water.
Ooh, she is speaking fire. Come on, girl. Come through.
It's not really so much about, trying to do
girl, come through.
at one time. It's doing that one thing consistently so that the degrees can go up. And that's really has always been my mantra. It may not work for everyone else, and that's fine. But for me, I know who I am. I am centered. I am grounded. And therefore, I can take that into the other parts of my life as well.
Linnell, I need Triple J's got to teach me how to make those sound effects because, girl, you're 1,000% on point. And when you said when you know who you are, I'm not saying that I don't know who I am. I do know that I need a lot of work. If you guys look down at the bottom, Aisha, make sure you follow her. She's having an event today at 3 o'clock. And I'm pausing because I'm like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And there's things you should do. And it's like, I'm going to do this, but you don't. I'm doing her event today. I'm putting it out in the universe. And Linnell, you hit it on the head. So I used to have black girl hair issues. Maisha has helped me with that. What I mean by that, like I would never go out with my natural hair. So there are some things. So thank you for that. That's definitely going to help. And then you said something else that I can't quite remember. But what are your thoughts on that, Carmel? Did she do it for you?
Yeah, definitely. And the thing of that not everybody understands. You know what I take that? Not everybody is there yet. And we could be talking about somebody that's 30, somebody that's 50, and they're not with and that knowing they are and what's enjoy or wish to living by someone else's like what the industry how we look when we look at to be fine, instead of one, etc. So it's still kind of living to please others and to please general. And we just really ignore off like what people like about it. Look in the mirror. What is so cute? But as a black man, it's so he was like,
I love that. Carmel, you're going in and out. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's your clubhouse, but I brought Maisha up here, guys, because she's probably like 6'5". No, she isn't. And I wanted her to share her thoughts because she has helped me grow so much since I met her in December. We did a Kwanzaa room together for a whole week. And that week she ripped me to shreds, guys. Pretty much like, well, girl, okay, she didn't say it to me this way, but this is what I heard. Well, girl, if you were wearing your natural hair, you wouldn't have to worry about it messing up when you work out. So, Maisha, would you like to share your thoughts on body image?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Let me see if I can look for something. Doesn't hurt.
I'm not sure if she's speaking yet, guys. Are you speaking it now, Maisha? Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Yes, and I'm sorry, I'm using difficult. I'm going to mute it, but I just had to step out to the hallway. I was saying, is there something specific? Because I have some image.
Well, body image, I know yours is amazing and how you've helped me. And I know you're doing an event today, so I thought you might want to talk about that and, everything that you do to help people. That's all.
Thank you. Yes, I am having a free event today at 3 p.m. It's quite effective. The event will happen after I do a live on Instagram, Fitness and Fire, as a matter of fact. So I'll be live on Instagram with my stars, Tina and Carmel, at 2 Eastern. And then at 3, I'm doing a free event on body. And it's really just an opportunity for me to get a taste of my work. It's probably not going to be within a 15 minutes because that, so it's packed in. But body image, this even the whole idea of it is so sure. Yes, I did say something akin to the Tina, and it was to all women that part of the reason that some black women have achieved income is because they don't want their hair to get messed up. They don't want our hair to get messed up. We don't want our hair to lose its European look so that we can fit in. Because we've been told that the natural pink and pale is unacceptable in society. And so when I speak with women with body image, and I'm also a personal trainer and fitness nutrition coach. I'm studying and getting to get certification. But the thing is this idea of what our body is supposed to look like for women is manufactured based on advertised they cause and discomfort. No one is interested in actually feeling good about themselves. They're interested in how poorly they can think of yourself so they can off of those thought processes. So we have to have anti-aging treatment, anti-wrinkle cream because there's something if she has wrinkles or she gets older or she has spots or she has any type of thing. We have to have waist trainers because someone told me that their waist is supposed to be a certain size. You've got to know yourself to that. They can put on foundation. And look, there's nothing wrong with undoing itself, but we do it to the extent because, after all, natural substance does. No one can see us without our lashes. No one can see us without our makeup. We won't be acceptable of some sort on us. And I think that that does really huge disservice because our magic is in who we actually are. Our magic is in every single different mark. So in all of the type of marks that exist on us, it is in how we've changed over the years. It is in how we show up, having given birth, and to try to hide that we and have some type of button that we think we can we don't care. I say we don't care. So we're either doing these things in terms of body image to compete with other women, which that is a sad thing, or because society told us that we're going to look as we are. I don't care if someone is skinny. I don't care if someone is fat. It makes never happen to me. What I care about is if you're healthy. Because there are many people who look slim who are severely undernourished. And there are people who are vegan who are impeccable. So whenever we're thinking about fitness, we don't want to think about fitting into a size. We want to think about where can we be in our life so we can influence on whatever this life is. Because if we chase a size, if we chase a body, especially a body that's not meant to be owned anyway, we'll never find the peace and happiness. And I'll leave with this. The people who get gastric surgery because they think it'll help them to feel better because once they lose the weight, then all of a sudden they'll have this medical life because of their minds the weight that's stopping them from enjoying their life. Now, there's some truth to certain people with sizes, absolutely. But what psychologically, what people find is that they get these types of surgeries, and the same thing with cosmetic surgery is that they're so upset, they're so unhappy because it wasn't about the look. It was always about how they saw themselves internally. And if you do that first, you might find that you might get a little less than some activity to help yourself feel better. So that's my thing on the videos.
Thank you, Maisha. And if you guys aren't following Maisha on Clubhouse or Instagram, make sure you do. Today we're talking about body image. As I stated, she has a free event today. Just dial into her. We are in the Fit, Healthy, and Blessed Club. We're on YouTube right now. So please, guys, click the link at the top. Come to our YouTube channel and subscribe because we are super excited. Today we are talking about fitness and the way it plays on your body. And I always say this room here on Saturdays is a little bit different. It's kind of, we have 30 more minutes left in the room. So if you would like to come up and share your thoughts on body image. I see Chris Cynthia, actually Maya, are you able to speak really quick, Maya? Because I know we've passed you before. There she is. Go for it, Maya.
Yeah, I had to take a quick shower. I'm going to be traveling today, but I'm going to make this relatively quick. I don't have a problem with body image. I haven't had one since I was a teenager or younger, and I was so skinny, and all my friends were so filled out and hippie and breasted. I had none of that, but I finally grew into myself. So I've never, like I said, I've never really since then had a problem with my body image. I've worked out off and on most of my life. Now that I am much older, I work out every day because I find when you get older, things just begin to hurt.
Yes, girl.
Just, you wake up in the morning, it's always, oh my God, why is my back killing me? Or like, why is my hip bothering me? And I would tell myself, well, at least I know I'm still alive. So this is, I guess, God's way of saying, you're alive. But I find that if I work out, if I continue to work out, and continue to watch my diet, that I don't have those aches and pains the way that I did, prior. So as you age, ladies, and I know I'm older than probably everybody in this room, just keep doing what you're doing. If you're working out now, just keep doing it, and you'll have like a healthy life. You'll be active. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm 75, and I am just now having grandchildren. Well, my daughter's having children, so I have young grandchildren, and they are so active. They're 4 and 5 at this time. So, and I want to be able to do things with them, you know, and play with them and stuff. And this really helps. So if you take care of yourself, you know, while you're young, and you just keep it up until the day that you're gone, you'll be fine. And with regard to body image, Black women are just so beautiful the way they are. And I get so annoyed with my sisters when I see them pumping stuff in their behinds and in their breasts. And I say to them, you know, you guys, when you get to be my age, there's no telling what you're going to be looking like. That is not going to be pretty. You know, and it's the same thing with the tattoos. You know, I think tattoos are okay, but to have baby girl written across your chest when you're 20, what's that going to say when you're 50 and 60? You won't be a baby girl then. So, you know, I just wish our, you know, Black women in particular, I wish they would just leave it alone, because they do more harm to themselves than good. You know, like, even the actresses like, what's her name? Vivica Fox. I think her name is Vivica Fox. She was such a beautiful woman. And then she started having all of this work done, and she looks horrible now. And she should have just left it alone. She could have aged like really gracefully. But I just think that we just do a lot of harm to ourselves, listening to other people, trying to please men, trying to compete, you know.
You know what I think is so crazy? What I think is so crazy, Maya, what you said, if we think about it, so the Black woman, or some, are trying to look like the white woman, what we see in advertisements and marketing, but then they're trying to look like us. So it's like, we're trying to look like them, look like, it's like, come on.
But now some of us are I don't know, I just don't even understand what we're doing. To have your behind so big that it don't fit in the chair, it's just, and then the women that have just huge behinds because that's just the way that they're built, they don't want them, you know. So it's, you know, I don't know. People should just be happy.
Well, thank you so much. 75. Woo, woo. If this is a current picture, girlfriend, pow, 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 pow. Are you catfishing us, or is this what you're
Yes.
doing?
I wanted to that portion of your story. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it.
I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm not sure.
Ooh wee.
Turn your volume down.
Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry about that. I just completely came off of Clubhouse. I'll jump back on in a second. But I just wanted to speak to what you had said before, Maya, about your 75, and now your daughter's having children and you're a grandma. So I have another story from my race today. By the way, if any of you are watching on Clubhouse, I am wearing my medal because I'm very quite proud of it. And I'm wearing the shirt I'm all about it. So whenever I run a race, listen, my little bling bling, I wear it all day long so everybody can know what I went through, because I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, so I was running and there was a woman ahead of me, an older woman, and on her back it said, "Run, Grandma, run." And I caught up to her. She was ahead of me. Caught up to her. I said, "I love your shirt." She said, "Thank you." I said, "Can I share something with you?" I said, "You are a movement." And I say that to you too, Maya. You are a movement. And she says, "Oh, wow, thank you." And I said, we come from an age where when we thought of grandma, we thought about that little old lady with the cane, and she said it with me. I kid you not, she said it with me on a rocking chair. We said the words together and we were like, ah, right? An older woman running along this 10K race. And I said, but what we're doing right now is we're giving everybody permission to not grow old, but grow strong. And we are creating a culture together where grandma and grandpas will no longer be looked at as the weak, frail person who can't even carry their own groceries. We're building a culture where grandma and grandpa will be maybe stronger than the kids and the grandkids, or just as strong or able to keep up. So I say to everybody here who's involved in fitness and who has made it or is in the process of making it a regular part of your lives, you are a movement. And I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. And that has so much to do with body image, right? Because our image of grandma and grandpa are the little old people who can't take care of themselves. No, we're building a culture now that grandma and grandpa are quite independent and they don't need our help. In fact, we will need their help. So with that, I yield the mic to the next person on stage. I'm not on Clubhouse anymore, so we can't hear you, Tina.
So I'm saying we're jumping to Chris Cynthia if she wants to speak. We did a reset a hot second ago. We don't really need one because we're out of here in 20 minutes. So quick, Chris Cynthia.
I know, and I don't think.
For yourself, yeah, because I love the fact that you're glad with women the way they are, but for men, because we noticed, I went out with this guy years ago and he had, I forgot what you call it when you throw up, he was bulimic, I think, and I'm just like, you look fine. So I'm just curious from a guy's standpoint, how do you feel about the way you look?
Oh yeah, for me, I'm constantly working on my body. I think never content. I'm a former soccer athlete, so definitely I'm not ashamed to say I got the pandemic weight on right now, but definitely just basically order meal preps and all that stuff next week to get on a good regimen for my.
Telling a little bit about my story about how I had lost the 60 pounds and just shifted the look of my body. But I was thinking the real shift came. Do you remember all the mindset
work and the mirror work and the life coaching that you did, and it took forever for me to look at myself in the mirror.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
That's when the shift changed. When I finally started looking at myself in the mirror and saying to myself, "You look good." That's it.
Love it, love it, love it. How often does anyone in here look at themselves naked? Can you write in the chat? Like, seriously, do you look at yourself naked? And if so, what do you think? Does it make you feel good? Are we writing in the chat? Are you in here? Gotta go. Maisha left, podcast mode. Share in the chat, guys. With that, who's up next? Who's up next to speak? I see, the twin, Kathy. Did you guys know that Carmel was a twin? Did you know that? Did you know that? Kathy, unmic and share with us. Do you have any body image issues? Because I think the two of you look amazing.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I sure do have body image issues. All while growing up, my sister and I developed breasts younger than our classmates did, and I always hid it under large tops. And it wasn't until I got older, like in my 20s and 30s, where I was quite proud of my big breasts. And then I started losing them. They got smaller when I started working on a consistent basis. But recently, and I've always been somebody who was always skinny, and I never worried about my weight. I always ate whatever I wanted. And but I did start working out on a consistent basis, and I found that whatever I wanted really helped keep my body looking a certain way, the way that I wanted to. But recently, I've been dealing with hormonal issues. I have endometriosis, and it's causing issues in my belly area. And so while my arms and my legs look like somebody who works out, my stomach protrudes. Looks like I'm probably 3 or 4 months pregnant, I think. And it's embarrassing to me. I have to be honest that it upsets me every day. With what I wear, gosh, I'm done. I don't know what to do.
I want to thank you for sharing that, Kathy, because it makes me think, well, maybe a lot of women go through this when we get older, especially when you get to your 40s, and it's like you look at, and then Carmel was saying she was the fat twin, and she had to deal with this. Carmel, would you like to share your thoughts? Because I never would have imagined, being that she was a thin one, and if you can speak on it.
Yeah. So are you okay? Okay, cool. So because I did go through that, because that so many thoughts I look like what I took to be approved by my family, and so I moved to what the market industries were saying, what the ideal is in body. And when I started applying that, it felt like I was there. There was something in my head that said, girl. So I always felt like I was striving to be that slim, trim girl. And I feel like that's where my obsession with this new nutrition really stems from. But speaking to my sister, whose condition is now, it's really so rooted in a diagnosis or I don't want to say illness, but a condition. Thank you. A condition that the world doesn't know much about. The doctors don't know much about. So over the years, she was misled by ignorant doctors who did not know much about it, and we trust our doctors, right? So my sister tried to do the best that she could, and she finds herself at the crossroad where she's like, I don't know what to do. Doing everything that they say to do, but yet I still am not pleased with how I look at myself in the mirror. And my heart goes out to her, and because she's trying, right? But at the same time, it's so important. I think it's a 3-minute challenge with my clients where I tell them to get undressed in front of the mirror and start looking at places that they love about themselves. Oh, my sister kind of do. Oh, look at the little dimple in the side of my body. And just start thinking that they love about themselves, right? But two things can happen. I had a client that said, I hate to do more. And I was like, oh, that went bad real quickly. But the point of it is to kind of look in the mirror and not only just visually love what you see, but earn a respect for your body. Yeah, maybe your relatives would like it to look, or maybe your thighs are not as firm. Maybe you got the chicken wing thing happening, and you don't love it, right? But it's a part of the process of being experiment, the exercise is to kind of appreciate. You know what? I feel good still, despite the fact that I look the way that I don't want to look. I feel pretty good. My limbs work. Last time I went to the doctor, there were a few things they got doctors said, but we're not past them. There is some people who don't have any of that. So Tina, it goes back to our first pillar, our mind, what we feel about how we show up in the world. But more importantly, how we feel when we're in our own space by ourselves, just me, my naked self, and the mirror. And it's about really taking an introspective look at how the body functions, what I'm doing to take care of my body, knowing that I'm doing everything that I can absolutely 100% do so that I can feel good about myself, or that I can lead a healthy life, right? And I think that's where it comes from. But sis, I'm not going to say that I know exactly what you're going through. None of us know exactly what anybody's going through. But we can say that we're here for support, and I would like to extend that challenge to sis. I haven't done that with my I've done it with clients. Stare just for 15 minutes and thinking about my body parts that not only love, but that you appreciate. Carmela.
Thank you so much for that, Carmela. And guys, if you're not watching on YouTube, hop on the YouTube channel. And Carmela, it just makes me think, as I look at the camera now, Carmel's arms look amazing. And on certain days, my arms look amazing. And again, we should only compare ourselves to ourselves of how we feel. I see Kelly here with a great photo, Kelly. Kelly, would you like to share your thoughts on body image?
Hello, everybody. Yes, I would like to share my thoughts and experience. And I wanted to touch on, let's say you're injured. So last May, I was at my heaviest. I was around like 220 pounds. And then I started losing weight. I started feeling good, but I wasn't doing it the most healthiest way. Last May, in the middle of the summer, I was down, I broke my ankle. Thinking that, okay, I can still maintain my diet while I'm on crutches, but it actually spiraled me into depression. So that made it kind of hard to lose weight and get back on track. So I gained back about half of that, right? The blessing out of all of that was I got to really look at myself and really learn my body, really listen to my body. And that's where the positive body image started to come in for me, because I was more in tune with it. Then it got to the point where I was no longer on crutches, and I was able to walk again. I'm going to the park and I'm walking, and there's people and the senior citizens outpacing me at the park, but I was just happy to be there. I was just happy to be outside and to be exercising again and to be able to walk again. So it took literally baby steps to get to where I am now, and now I'm 50 pounds down from where I was last year. Yeah. And it all started with that itty bitty baby step of just like learning myself, figuring out how to love myself, how to take better care of myself, listening to myself. And then what drove me through that whole process was just like seeing the tiny changes in my body motivated me to do better. Okay, can I stretch more today? Oh my gosh, I stretched better than I did last week. That motivated me. Oh my gosh, I'm noticing the little roll on my back is starting to slowly fade. That motivated me. Instead of being stressed out about the scale or how my clothes fit, just the tiny little things, they really added up to where now it's even more escalated to where I'm not used to buying sizes smaller. That's motivating me. Dressing in more cuter clothes, that's motivating me. So it's an ongoing process, and I just want to share my experience. So thank you.
Kelly, that was great. Thank you. And I just want to say as well, another way, guys, how you want to look at yourself besides the scale. She made a point. How are your clothes fitting you? Something that you wore. That's what I love when I hear clients say, oh my gosh, I can fit into this dress. Take measurements of yourself. because you may not be losing pounds on the scale, but you're dropping inches. Also look at your body fat. There's different types of scales and machines you can use for your body fat. I see we have Keisha up here, and I see someone, I also see Zoe. Anyone that comes through from GW3, they are coming up on a stage. I don't know if you have a few extra minutes, Carmel, to go a little over 1 o'clock. If so, I would love to hear from these people. Keisha, share your thoughts on body image. You're up, mama. You can just unmic.
Hello and good afternoon. I just dropped in. For me, body image is something I'm glad that we're talking about today, because as a woman, is something that I find is not always appreciated, not always loved. I was going through the chat and I saw where I don't know if it's Maya, where she said, I look at myself naked, and I work with women who've had cancer below the belt. And, just thinking about being naked in general, women oftentimes are uncomfortable about that. And, after even going through traumatic experiences, whether on purpose or not, it would, it can be challenging for many women. And so I think body image is something that should be appreciated more, that we should speak on more, and encourage us, as women, to talk more about our body image and, loving ourselves, loving what we see. Regardless, like I don't know who was just speaking. I think it was Kelly, talking about even, seeing the progression, as you're exercising and losing weight, but even in the midst of you reaching a goal, loving what you see. And so I'm not sure if it was said already, but one of the exercises that I did to learn to love my body image and not have any apprehensions on looking in the mirror at myself, whether naked or clothed, I did mirror work, and that's something that more people are talking about. And so I would just stand in the mirror and look at different parts of my body and acknowledge what I loved and acknowledge what I didn't like. And those parts that I didn't like, I began to spend more time looking at those parts of my body. My legs, for example. I didn't like my legs because I was picked on growing up as being skinny beans, skinny mini, whatever, you name it. And so I just said, I love my legs. I love my legs. So, just embracing who you are as you are, and know that if as you love yourself, then you'll realize there are so many other people who love you just the way you are. And Keisha, I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Keisha. You make me want to think about a word, gratitude. I think if we all just live in that moment of gratitude a little bit more, we could be so appreciative. Grateful that you are alive, grateful that you have breath, that you have limbs, because there's people out there that did not wake up this morning. There's people that woke up and they were told they had to get their foot cut off. They were told they had, all these things. And people seem to think, oh, it's easy, stop eating crazy, stop eating that, but it's a drug. I've never done crack. Okay, but sugar is a crack, and I heard it's extremely hard to stop. So for some people, I'm not saying they can't do it. So just have some grace and some gratitude for yourself. Renee, are you able to give us a reset really quick, or are you not free? Also, guys, if you notice at the top, you'll see a link there. We want you to jump onto the YouTube channel, subscribe to our page. We are Fitness on Fire. You are in the Fit, Healthy, and Blessed Club. Carmel and myself together, we're building a movement, guys, a culture, a community, and we want you all to join. Why? Because the world needs it. All right, we have events, we have 8-week challenges, we have all sorts of things, and this Clubhouse is a part of it. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please do. Zoe, I would love to hear from you, girlfriend. You can unmic, and I just want to say, woo, 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 for the Global Women's Wealth Warriors. Sister, go ahead, speak.
Right now, I'm out here in New York with a friend celebrating a birthday.
Hey, gotta love New York.
And
and I'm really, really interested in your fitness with the with the abs. So I'm gonna have to get with you with that.
Girl, stop the press. Did you guys know we're doing a free ab challenge this month? That beauty on the camera there. Last week was the first week. It's on YouTube. It's 6 p.m. every single night. It's absolutely free. Now, let's just say you can't make 6 o'clock, right? It's okay. It's stored on the computer. You can go. Week 1 was last week. She did 10 minutes every single day, Monday through Friday. This week, it's going to be 15 minutes. The following week, 20, and then 25. So, Zoe, are we going to see you on YouTube Monday night?
Yes, you will.
Zoe, have you subscribed to the YouTube channel?
Have to get the other stuff too that goes with it.
Girl, we have an 8-week challenge. I'm going to back challenge you because we are Fitness on Fire. It's for that mature woman who wants to be sexy and beautiful and fit. All right? So body image. Zoe, share with us. What are your thoughts on body image? Do you have a little issues? Do you need some help, some support?
The stomach. I seem to have, at the top of my stomach, it seems to bulge out, that muscle up at the top. So I don't know whether it's what's behind it. but I'm not trying to lose on my butt.
Oh my gosh, she said, I don't know what's behind it. Do you know what that could be too, Zoe? Doing your core exercise wrong. Sometimes when people do their core exercise, they're building the muscle on top of the fat or all that. So that could be another thing. Would you agree, Carmel? You want to share with Zoe your thoughts on the core? Because Carmel is built just amazing. Go ahead, Carmel. You got to unmic so we can hear you. Oh,
Let's see if we get this right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're not building muscle on top of the fat. The fat is built on top of the muscle, right? So the muscle is inside. If anybody has any other ideas about what's going on inside there, please come on stage and listen. I'm a student as much as I am a teacher, so I'm willing to listen. But first and foremost, Zoe, have you checked it out? Does your doctor know what's going on in there? Do you have a basic medical understanding of what's happening? And if so, then you're saying, I come across so many of my clients that says, I don't want to lose my boobs. I don't want to lose my booty. But the boobs and the booty is fat. So if you're going to lose fat in your stomach, you're going to lose fat in your boobs and your booty. Get like that. That's just part of it. For me, my boobs were the first to go. I used to wear a D cup. Now I fit into a B cup. That was the first to go. But there might be something else going on there. And so I would really implore for you to check that out and be persistent with the doctor to find out exactly. Or maybe that's how you were always built. Is that something that just came up recently? Okay, so then it's interesting because everything works, different things works for different people. Did you say you are a vegetarian or you're thinking about becoming one? Okay, so there's more than just being a meat eater or eating seafood or whatever when it comes to fat and everything. What we actually, Tina and I are offering, I'm offering a course coming out towards August, maybe September, in light of my 1-year anniversary of being vegan. So I'm a brand new vegan. But I am offering a course on how to transition to vegetarianism or veganism. And slowly, I did it overnight. I made a decision and I haven't eaten meat since. But that's not to say that will work for everybody. And then once that happens, we'll incorporate everything that we need to incorporate to make sure that you are being served the nutrition that you need, not just going for a bunch of vegetables, but now you're deficient. Although most Americans, meat eaters or not, are deficient in a lot of nutrients and vitamins, and they don't even know it, but they think just because they eat meat, they're okay. And that's how come vegetarians and vegans all get this bad rap that we're nutrient deficient because we're on vegetables. When I was nutrient deficient before I went on vegetables, but nobody spoke about it before because I was eating meat. So there's a lot of things that's happening there, Zoe. I'd be happy to dive in with you, connect with me, or connect with me and Tina, and we can figure out what's going on with you together as far as what your
She said that
fitness
top of the
nutrition
stomach.
look like. What you say, Tina?
She said that top of the stomach. So, guys, we're coming near the end of the room. If you would like to share.
Thank you. That's awesome, and I'm definitely going to get with you.
Yay, Zoe!
Yay!
So, I see we have Tanya Williams who came up. Today we're talking about body image. If you guys want, you can see us live on our YouTube channel. Please click the subscribe button. I want to apologize for the way I look. I've taught 4 classes today. My body is a little bit tired. But Tanya, talk to us, girlfriend. We're talking about body image. Do you have any issues with that? Are you comfortable? We would love to hear from you. If not, go for it.
Hello, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey.
I'm learning as I'm getting older that the meat has to go. My doctor told me a couple months ago that because I was telling him I was thinking about going vegan. And he said that you probably will get off all this medicine if you did that this week.
Repeat that again, girl. Repeat that again.
And he said probably would get off all the medicine that I'm taking if I was to switch over to vegan.
And how did you feel when he said that to you?
That everybody is experiencing, well, not everybody, but this epidemic of high blood pressure and diabetes and all this other things that's going on that we all have in common is food. And so when I did that, and when I went back to eat regular food, it's like poison. It made me have other issues, but then my stomach was messed up. I'm so the chicken is the one that got me, but the red meat I could definitely give up. But what I've been doing is like researching things. So it's like it's a job. It's really a job, and you gotta really be focused. And just what do you want? Like if I plan to have a long life, then that means I need to work on my health as far as what I'm putting inside of my body. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share.
Love it. Thank you. And I see Sharice is in that back channel. Thank you, Sharice, for writing. Is she up here? Sharice, are you up here, girlfriend? Or maybe it's my eyes. You guys know I don't have my glasses on.
Tonya, I definitely back channel me if you are so inspired to do so we can talk a little bit about what that transition looks like for you. And maybe we could put something together for you, okay?
Okay.
I appreciate your share. Thank you.
Okay, so what's the section? How do I do that?
We'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. Don't worry. I'll give you the info in the back. Go ahead, Renee. I want Sharice to come up here. Renee, Carmel, can you read what she wrote in the back channel? She wrote some good stuff saying how turning to plant-based, her husband lost weight. I'm sorry, I got off his medication. I invited you up, girlfriend.
Went plant-based, it lowered his cholesterol, etc. And that is my message. I feel like so much healing lies in being plant-based. A lot of people have an aversion to it, and I get it. We grew up eating meat, and it reminds us of all the good cookouts and the parties and the festivities, right? Because everything that we eat is so meat-centered. But there's a lot to be said for the healing aspect of plants. And so thank you for that, Sharice. She says, yep, my hubby went plant-based and lowered his cholesterol. And a lot of other things, too, it can do for us. Help our organs work better, help us function better. There's lots of protein and energy and life. We are eating life when we eat plants as opposed to something dead. Keisha says, I gave up pork and beef this year. I have had some beef, but no pork. This month I have removed all meat.
woo, it's been something. Yeah, it's an interesting journey. It's an interesting journey. And for those of you who don't know, there are transition meets that you can dabble in.
Girl, Carmel, I want to talk to you really quick about that, because when I first I saw the movie What the Health, someone wrote that in the back channel, and I saw it and I stopped, and I was the worst vegetarian in the world. Like, Taco Bell was it for me. I would get the burritos from Taco Bell, Chinese food with broccoli and brown rice. Like, I was the worst. And then the Burger King Impossible Burgers, but it was, for me, it was a starting point, and then you get better. So I like how you say those starter things where you have the Beyond Burgers and things like that. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, so there are things that you could do transitionally. And guys, keep in mind, whenever we cook, what are our herbs and spices that we're using? They're all plant-based herbs and spices. So why can't we take grains? Why can't we take certain plants that really soak up really good flavor and flavor that? Mushroom. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you spice up a mushrooms or some mushrooms up real well, and it will almost taste like you are eating meat because there's so much texture to it. So this is our opportunity as we go plant-based. And I always say, add more plants to your plate. Add more plants to your plate. And this is our chance to start experimenting with texture, with flavor, with herbs and spices, as opposed to all those other things that are really harmful and detrimental to our health. So yeah.
Love it, love it. Would you like to give us a closing remarks as we come down? If anyone else would like to speak, come up. We're here every Saturday. Our goal is 12 o'clock. We're still filling this room out. If you guys didn't know, we do run a room Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. It's called the 8 a.m. Cup of Motivation. It's motivation, it's inspiration, and education to get you all the tools, skills, and strategies for your goals and dreams. Carmel, would you like to give us a little outro, your closing thoughts, if you want to talk about our events? So guys, I'm sorry, Carmel. At the top, you see our YouTube link. And as we mentioned, we're Fitness on Fire. We're building a movement here. The foundation is mindset. Then we talk about nutrition, which is 80% of the way you look. And then lastly is about exercise and movement. So important. Carmel's going to share the different events that we have going up, because you can be a part of our team, of our tribe, or you can just do that. So, or do other things. For example, I'm throwing it to you, Carmel, to share what we're doing for this month. I'm like stumbling right here, guys. I'm getting hungry. I'm delirious because I'm hungry.
Tina always says we are building community. And that's what we have here, right? Because we are dabbling into so many things, but it's for us to build community, because in a community, you'll find all of these things. You'll find the support, the motivation, the inspiration, the education, right? So what we are doing in the month of June, next week, Tina is hosting a skincare masterclass. Skincare? I thought you guys did fitness.
And makeup.
And makeup. Well, like, look at us. We are sassy. For all those of you who are on YouTube right now, we think we're cute.
And you know what, Carmel? Pause for a second. We've been exercising all morning. Like, we don't even have faces done to the gods. Like, I'm kind of embarrassed, low key. But go ahead. I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, so I ran a 10K race this morning. She already took 4 or 5 classes. Yeah, but we'd like to look cute too. And Tina, her skincare regimen is not to be believed. And I said, Tina, how is your skin so beautiful and flawless? See, Tina right now has no makeup on, and she looks exquisite.
Thank you.
My face is all done up, not to the gods, but all done up, just so that I can just keep up with this woman. So she's having her skincare and makeup masterclass next week.
It's free.
Join our tribe. It is free, but join our tribe so that we can send you the link invitation, and so you won't miss that. And also for the month of June, Tina mentioned earlier, we're doing an app challenge every weekday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, and it is on YouTube, so even if you don't get a chance to do it, you can always find it later. Last week we did 10 minutes, this week 15 minutes, and we're working more than just the abs. We're working the core. We're we're working on getting us stronger through our whole midsection. All of our energy and all of our movement comes from the core. And it's when our core is weak that we experience backaches. We experience leg pain, and even our shoulders and our neck. It all comes from a weak core. So that's what we're doing. We're making ourselves stronger for the month of June. So next week is all 15 minutes. Join us here. And in July 4th, we're having a virtual 5K race. That's 3.2 miles. So that should be really, really exciting. And all the time we're running a running and walk club. So if you want to be a part of that, and that's also to just get motivated, get up and walk or run. And also we have some weekly challenges that we put in place for you to try to keep up. Again, we just try to make, because we're not everybody's, jam. And so one thing that we may do, you might not want to do. So we offer a few things. He said, you know what? I don't want to do that, but I can do this a little bit. And that's what we're trying to do here with Fitness on Fire. Tina, take it away, girlfriend.
August, girl, how could you forget?
That's what you're going to talk about.
Okay, so yes, guys, August. Before we talk about August, guys, we also have an online fitness boutique studio. So if you're looking for a gym that's super simple, your bedroom, your living room, we have classes Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. We have all the way till the evening classes. We have all classes from yoga, HIIT, cardio, spin, you name it, it's there. And if you hit us up, we'll let you try it for 2 weeks to see if you like it. If you like it, great. Prices start at $30. We also have personal training one-on-one. I am a life coach if you want to dive in deeper. But Carmel and I realized how amazing we were separately. That's why we decided to come together to be extraordinary. And our goal is to surround ourselves with people just like us. So if you feel you need a community that you want to build with, that you want to grow with, and support us as well, because I always say your vibe is your tribe. That's why we need you guys with us. We are putting together an event, and I think it was Zoe or someone said they are in the New York area. Guess what, Crow? We have an event, an in-person event happening in August. It's in New Jersey, not far from New York. It's a women's empowerment event. And let me tell you about this. At first, we were thinking of pushing it for next year. We were like, oh, we have to plan for this, put it for next year. And I said, you know what? We can keep this intimate and small. So what we have done is we've put together some of the people that have inspired us, that have motivated us. And trust and believe, girl, and guys, if you have motivated me and if you have inspired me, you are up there, because it takes a lot to impress me. So in this event, men can come, women can come. And I say men can come because we actually have a couple men speakers, is because men have wives, they have children, they have daughters, they have nieces, and they have nephews that may need to be empowered. So when you come to this event, we're going to be talking about mindset, nutrition, exercise. We have someone coming and talking about finances. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes you want to go to the next level with your finances. If you're looking for that, you definitely want to be at this event. We have someone talking about menopause. We have another person coming in talking about sensuality. You saw her in the room and earlier. Sensuality sexuality, entrepreneurship. Is there anyone in here who said, you know what, I want to start my own business? Or maybe you already have your business, but you need some help. All of these things are going to happen at this event. We're also going to have vendors out the wazoo. We're going to have fun. You get to meet us one-on-one. So if you're interested in this, we do have a special going for the next week on the prices of the tickets. The regular ticket is $125. That's for one ticket. We have VIPs as well. But for this 2 weeks, it's buy one, get one free. And if you're not in New York or New Jersey, it's okay. I live in North Carolina. We're getting an Airbnb because we have some people coming in. And listen, guys, this Airbnb is sweet. We only have space for like 4 more people because it's 2 sides. It's got a pool and a jacuzzi in there. Long story short, women's empowerment event. And my closing remarks, here we go. My closing remarks today are some tips I want to leave you guys with for the week to help to support you with your eating. Now, when it comes to eating, I want you to, first of all, look at how long it's taking you to eat your food. I want you to set a timer. Put your phone down, put a timer, and start eating. And then when you're finished eating, look and see how long it has taken you to finish eating. When I first learned about this exercise, legit 5 minutes, because I'm like, I eat the food fast because I want to do this, I want to do that. Minimum 20 minutes. Now let me help you do that. The first thing you want to do is eat your food, put the fork down. Put the damn fork down. Because sometimes we're like, just sloughing it like a freaking animal. Put the fork down and breathe. The next thing I want you to do, guys, as you're sitting here, I want you to look at your food, which brings us to another tip. Do you have colors on your plate? Look at all the colors. Do you have reds, yellows, greens? Always, I gotta have 2 greens on your plate. But as you're looking at the food, guys, I want you to let your mind go to a beautiful place of where the food came from. For example, if you have a strawberry on your plate, a piece of broccoli, if you have sweet potatoes, think of where it was grown. Think of the sun coming down on it. Think of the rain. Really get into the mode of where this food is coming from. Another tip is buying organic. Carmel has an amazing ebook. If you want that, you can hit her up, or you can just join her 8-week challenge and we can coach you. But in this, it tells you the dirty dozen if you're going to eat organic, because a lot of people say, oh, I can't afford to eat organic. Well, can you afford to die? Can you afford the hospital bills? But there's some foods you should get organic. And I'm gonna give you a tip because I'd rather give you more than less. If you had to choose between a banana and a strawberry, which one do you think you should buy organic? Can you guys write it in the chat? If you had to buy a piece of food that is organic, would you buy the banana or the strawberry? Can we light it up in the chat? Carmel, has anyone written on Clubhouse the type of food they should buy organic, if it should be the strawberry or the banana? Now think about it, guys. When fruits and vegetables are out in the fields, they're putting pesticides and all these sprays on it, and you guys are winning. Somebody said banana. We love you, but that's wrong, and let me tell you why. The banana has skin on it, right? Or skin, or whatever the heck you want to call it. So you peel the skin off the banana so the inside is protected. That strawberry is just out in the sun, and it's like, the strawberry is crying because it's getting all this stuff on it. So when you're buying foods and you're going, should I do organic? Strawberries, blueberries, anything that's out in the sun. And listen to me, guys, trust and believe. When you're spending a little more money on your food, first of all, you're not gonna burn it like I used to, but you're gonna really appreciate it. And you won't have to eat that much, because as you're eating it, you're slowing down. Going back to that 20 minutes, looking at your food and embodying it. Thank you guys for that little exercise. That is my tip for today. Body image. Linnell is not in the room right now, but I want to give her another big shout out, because she mentioned if you're having body image issues, like I do a little bit, I'm just being honest, maybe you're not confident in who you are. Maybe you're not confident with what you want in life. I'm not saying I'm not confident. It's just getting there, because before I had the hair issues. So just be confident in who you are. Do some mindset exercises. I know I probably sound like I'm all over the damn place, but I told you I'm hungry. I'm delirious. I don't have my glasses on. I like the preparation part because it allows us to think about what we're eating. Another thing for you, Tonya, another thing I do for my food, guys, if you ever eat with me, well, if I'm cooking, I make my food look really pretty on the plate. Like if I had something, I'll make it look like a mountain. If I have baby chickens and broccoli, I'll make the baby chickens look like, and then put baby chickens or eggs, by the way. I make the food look really pretty on the plate. So when I look at it, make the food for a queen, for a king. Make it look good. Yes, I'm ending already. We're out of here, guys. We're going 2 o'clock live again on Instagram and our YouTube with Maisha. We're out of here. Just close it out, Carmel. Yes, yes? All right, guys, we're closing it out. Thank you all for coming through. Cherise, thank you so much for that back channel. I see Sabrina, Wendy, Lynn, Maisha, thank you so much. We're here again next week, 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Come back. We're out of here in 5, 4. I get to eat. 2, 1. Bye. Peace. And a bottle of hair grease. See ya, see ya, see ya. Oh, I didn't even end the room properly. I left. Can you end the room, Carmel? I left the room. I didn't end it. Maybe Renee could end the room. I'm going to eat.